Ever wonder why there are far more photographs of Nibiru than videos? In short, it's much easier to find one good-looking image than it is to find even 1 second's worth of video frames, even if searching for that one good photo can mean hours of work and hundreds of photos to sift through. And, if we don't find the perfect image, we can always tinker with it. Enter Photoshop. Image editing applications nowadays can drastically alter any image you throw at it with the wonders of filters and adjustments. In short, a filter will take the values of an image that concern it and alter the image accordingly. It might make an artistic change, giving the impression of a painting rather than a photograph, or add an effect, such as a false light or, if you wish, a lens flare. Each filter performs its own calculations based on what it sees in an image. If, for example, it sees a grey pixel that is closer to black than to white, and you choose to increase the contrast, that pixel will darken. If it finds a group of pixels that it can identify as an edge to something, it can highlight that edge and enhance the shape it sees. But what does that mean for Nibiru? Let's take an image showing something seemingly out of the ordinary, and let's say that we want to make it more obvious that it's a planet. It's not a planet, of course, but that's what we're aiming for. Clear photographic evidence of a planet. But Photoshop and the like don't see planets, they see pixels. It doesn't know what clouds are, it certainly doesn't know what Nibiru is. What happens then is that we steer Photoshop towards finding what we see as a planet. We control what filters to apply and in what strength and what order so that a planet appears in view. Photoshop doesn't care, it doesn't know. It's applying an edge effect to what it thinks is an edge after it added a bevel effect to the image that was made grayscale after the contrast was increased and the levels altered. In other words, both we and Photoshop are finding planets not in the original image anymore, but in the filters and adjustments that are being applied to it. This simply isn't helping the cause of determining what we're looking at. To a believer, of course, it's Nibiru, plain as day, if rather dark and contrasty and only visible when thrown through a filter or two. But to us skeptics, it's a mess. It's a shape or two that we can only see when you point it out to us, and that bears no context to the original image whatsoever. It is more beneficial to us all to show the original image instead. But of course, those images don't show Nibiru at all, do they?